I'm going to introduce you to SDG goal number 11 team, which will overview sustainable cities and communities. And we have with us presenting Seema Shasim, Delaney Sanchez, Adriana Ortiz, Fatima Borshi, and Racine Walud. And thank you. We'll go ahead and present now.
Hello, today we will be presenting goal number 11, and this research was prepared by myself, Seema Shaheen, Delaney Sanchez, Yumiko Balotro, and Sankarth Dapur. I'm going to now pass this on to Delaney.
Thank you, Seema. Our goal is about making cities and communities inclusive and safe. Many have taken an active interest in the governance and management of the RGV. First up, we have the Valley Environmental Coalition. They identify environmental issues, potential solutions, and promote a synergy between the community and elected officials. They host a successful annual environmental summit, and this is where they are located. Next up is the Valley Land Fund. Their mission is to preserve, expand, and enhance the native wildlife habitat of Deep South Texas. One of their goals is to conserve native habitat by protecting lands that are part of the RGV. Next up, we have Catholic Charities of the RGV. Their mission is to provide services to people in need and to advocate for justice in social structures. Here, the staff and volunteers seek to protect the dignity of everyone who they serve. Next up, we have Keep McAllen Beautiful. Their mission is to promote the preservation of McAllen's beauty. They host Project Clean Neighborhoods, Paint McAllen Beautiful, and the Great American Cleanup. Next up, we have Good Neighbor Settlement House. Their mission is to assist people in need through programs that provide meals, showers, and support services. They have a soup kitchen, hygiene program, and food bank. Next up, we have TEDC Infrastructure Group. They are dedicated to comprehensive traffic and transportation infrastructure improvements. They provide transportation services, hydrology and water resources, and engineering and design. Next up, we have Arise. Their mission is to promote the personal development and empowerment of the Rio Grande Valley's immigrant community through educational programs. They provide transportation for people who have special needs. They have a program for personal development, and they have a way for people who benefit from Arise to give back to their community. Next up, we have Affordable Homes of South Texas. They are dedicated to enhancing the quality of life by providing affordable housing and related services to eligible families. They have programs to help provide people homes, and they work together to help people achieve their dreams of owning a home. Thank you. I'll pass it on to Yumiko.
Thank you, Delaney. Next is Adopt a Beach, which is an organization that utilizes volunteer efforts to preserve and protect Texas beaches. In this program, they strive to raise public awareness, educate citizens about the source of debris, and garner public support to clean up coastal waters nationwide. Here's their location and contact information. Next is Amigos del Valle, Inc., and their mission is to improve the quality of life for those in the Lower Rio Grande Valley by providing human services, community development activities, and advocacy, which are directed to low-income families and with a special emphasis on the elderly population. Here are several locations where you can find their services. And here's their corporate location and contact information. Next is Avance, and Avance is an organization that predominantly focuses on Latino families and provides education and opportunities to build social and economic capital. In their Head Start programs, they include services like early learning, in which they focus on child development, as well as health services, and family well-being, in which a family can receive support in things like housing stability, education, and financial security. Here are their locations and corporate contact information. Next, we have Big Heroes, Inc., which is an organization that provides post-high school learning experiences to young adults with disabilities, as well as give them necessary tools needed in life. Their services include things like continued life skills instruction, job skills training, and health and wellness instruction. Here's their location and contact information. Finally, we have the Brownsville Historical Association, and they are dedicated to preserving, educating, and promoting the history of Brownsville, Texas. And they achieve this through their many services like exhibit openings and lectures in which they highlight historical artifacts, as well as historic walking tours led by professors from the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley and other trained professionals, and their historical happy hour, which is a great opportunity to explore the museums after hours. Here's their location and contact information. I will now pass this on to Sankurth.
Thank you, Yumiko. Next, we have the Brownsville Preservation Society. They have three main goals. First is to protect. As an exclusively charitable and educational organization, they seek to protect areas that represent or reflect elements of Brownsville's cultural, social, economic, political, and architectural history. When they restore, they promote the use of historic districts and landmarks for the education, pleasure, and welfare of the people in Brownsville. And thirdly, house. They seek to protect and restore our area homes to create and maintain affordable housing for qualified applicants. Here is their location. Next, we have Camp University. Camp University provides opportunities for adults with special needs to continue developing interests as well as life, social, and job skills so that they can achieve their maximum potential. This university also provides respite and support for their families. So as you can see here, they have multiple day-week programs. And here is the link to their location. Next, we have CASA. CASA's mission is to provide a safe, permanent home for every child. They envision a world where every child who has experienced abuse or neglect is given the opportunity to thrive in a safe and loving home. Children who have experienced abuse or neglect fare better with a CASA volunteer by their side. Studies have shown they are more likely to find a safe, permanent home, they are more likely to succeed in school, and half as likely to re-enter the foster care system. And at the bottom is the location of this organization. Next, we have Comfort House Services, Inc. Their mission statement is the Comfort House is a community-wide ministry of compassion to their residents whose mission is to provide a peaceful, home-like environment where a person may die in peace with dignity while surrounded by their loved ones. This organization has been around since the year 1989. They are an organization that provides a home-like environment for the terminally ill who have a prognosis of 4 months or less to live. They do not bill for services. Families of the residents are asked to make donations as they are able. Additional support comes from the community memorial gifts, fundraising activities, and foundational grants. Sister Stromeyer, pictured to the right, was the spearhead of this organization, and her drive to help others in dire need when needed still lives on with the current staff and volunteers. This is the location. Next, we have the Good Samaritan Community Services Organization. Their mission is to serve as a catalyst for change, supporting youth, individuals, and families by providing excellent community services to overcome economic poverty. So, Good Samaritan actively serves as a place of change, reaching out to support thousands of people working to improve their lives and to overcome the challenges of poverty. Some services include an early childhood services program, a youth and teen services program, and family dependent services. Here is their location. Thank you. Next, I will be passing it on to Seema.
Thank you, Sankarth. Next, we have Hope for Small Homes and Sustainability, who seek to provide training and education to low-income and disadvantaged families, small-scale farmers, and individuals interested in growing, preparing, and selling their own organic food for self-sustainability. Some of their services include assisting beginning and transitional farm producers in starting their own small businesses in the RGV, sharing use of real estate property and equipment for farmer training purposes, and teaching farmers good crop rotation management to improve soil nutrients. Next up, we have La Posada Providence Shelter. Their mission is to provide a safe and welcoming home, promote self-sufficiency and cultural integration. Some of their impacts include 100% of clients being enrolled in ESL classes, 80% of clients advance their conversational English skills, and 80% of clients heightened awareness for achieving successful self-sufficiency. Next up, we have Lupe. Their mission is to build stronger, healthier communities where Colonia residents use the power of civic engagement for social change. Some of their services include preparation of income tax returns coupled with advocacy on behalf of families having a tax dispute or controversy with the IRS, and the preparation of immigration applications necessary for obtaining legal status. Next, we have Laguna Atoscosa National Wildlife Refuge. Their mission is to administer a national network of lands and waters for the conservation, management, and, where appropriate, restoration of the fish, wildlife, and plant resources and their habitats within the U.S. for the benefit of present and future generations of Americans. Some of their services include national recovery work plans that emphasize completing recovery planning for listed species that currently do not have a final recovery plan, and conducting status reviews for species that are due for review. Next, we have the Laguna Madre Youth Center. Their mission is to provide a safe place for children to go after school, where they can receive healthy snacks, help with learning skills, participate in sports, interact in positive ways, and learn to be responsible members of the community. Some of their services include arts and crafts, sports, STEM education, and fitness and nutrition. Next, we have Llano Grande Center. Their mission is to inspire youth culture that aspires to attend college and engage in community change. Their programs include college prep, and at the heart of their college prep program is the idea that their students are capable of succeeding at any higher education institution and aware enough of their own identity to come back home and help drive the community change they want to see. Next, we have Loaves and Fishes. Their mission is to function as the mission arm of the member congregations in the Upper Cameron and Willacy County areas. Some of their services include Bread of Life Dining Hall, which serves free, hot, and nutritious meals to anyone in need of food, Family Emergency Assistance, which provides short-term assistance for rent or utilities and food bags, and Great Physician Healthy Living, which offers basic health and wellness education and services. Thank you guys for listening. Unfortunately, we can't have all locations on this PowerPoint because it would go on for way too long, but I will be dropping the link to the Excel spreadsheet right now.
I think that is the end for the video for SDG goal number 11. How fantastic. Sankarth, Yumiko, Seema, and Delaney, thank you for your research, commitment, and remarkable works. You know, sustainable cities and communities is not a new term, but it is a growing one. From small behavior changes that we can commit to on our individual lives and advocacy on a macro scale, we can all move towards sustainable development for this generation and the next to come.